How do you want to like intro with this? What do you want to do? You know what? I don't think we need an intro. Let's just go. Hello everybody. Today we're going to talk about something a little bit different than normal. We're going to go a little bit lower in price. So, hello, my name is Josh, and this is my friend Devin, VZR. Say hello.
What's up, guys? VZR here. Nice to see y'all again.
Yeah, so we're going to do an $800 build. Why? Because I know not many people make like loads of cash, so I was like, let's start trimming down and see how far we can go.
Let's do a budget build, yeah.
Yeah, let's do an actual budget build. You know, one that makes sense. Now, it's going to kind of go under the same basis as what we've already done before, but this is a good foundation to keep yourself going. So before we start, Devin, do you have anything you want to say real quick before we like dive into this, or?
No, I mean, looking over this PC list with, I mean, like what it's running at, the fans it's using, the graphics card and RAM, I would honestly say this is for probably lower end gaming. Like I wouldn't probably play any high end games on this.
No,
I mean, you could, but you'd have to turn down graphics.
Like a lot, and maybe even your resolution down.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like for like the CS:GO guy, or like massive multiplayer stuff, like ones that don't really require lots of high-end, heavy things. Now it does have 2 RAM discs in it, so it's running dual channel, which that will benefit you, but it's not like it's still only 8 gigs. But okay, all right. So the processor.
So,
I'm sorry. What were you saying?
For the processor, we went with the Intel Core i5-6700K running at 3.5 gigahertz and overclocked to 3.9 if you want to be that guy.
Well, it turbos at that, so without touching anything, you'll reach that. And again, this is the same chip we've been using on 2 of our builds now, and it's a good chip. So let's move on. Now this is where it gets a little bit more outside of like my comfort zone. I don't really like air coolers. I don't know why, but I have a thing against it. I don't know why, but
I'm a liquid cool guy all day. I will go with the Corsair H105 dual rad every day of my life. I won't go back.
Yeah. Well, we actually talked about this cooler last time. We like briefly mentioned it.
Yeah.
It's the Cooler Master Hypro 212 Evo, which is like the most famous, notorious budget cooler there is. It's literally a giant heatsink with a really big fan and copper literally touching the CPU. And what's great is that it comes with all the hardware needed to mount it on your system. It even comes with its own little thermal paste stuff, so you don't have to buy paste.
It works.
Yeah.
For motherboard, we went with the Asus H170 plus D3. Now, is this a medium motherboard or is this a mini ATX motherboard?
Actually, this is where I kind of set the stage of this build. This is a black, gold, and red concept. Now, I decided to go with this because really your color scheme should kind of flow with whatever your motherboard is, and if it's not a really flashy motherboard, whatever your graphics card cooler is. But since it's kind of lower end, the most you're going to see is your motherboard. And this is a gold and black one. I actually like the look of it. It's not like gold all over the place, but it's not like
it doesn't look bad. It's not flashy. It just has that. It has that little twang of gold that makes it look nice. Yeah, I agree with that one.
Basically, the heat sinks that are a part of the motherboard.
How many slots does this have?
This has 2 16X slots, so in theory you could run 2-way SOI. This build is not really meant...
It's not meant for the hard end.
It's not meant to be really upgradable. What you see is what you get with this build, which is unfortunate. But when you're going kind of like the below $1,000 mark, there's not much upgrade path. So this board will last a long time. It's a workstation class motherboard, so it will go until the dinosaurs come back. But all right. So RAM. I chose with Corsair Vengeance, going with the red theme fins. I actually really like the look of this RAM. It's DDR3, so it's not flashy.
It's not DDR4, but that's okay.
Wait, is it DDR3?
Yeah, it's DDR3. Yeah.
Oh, thank the Lord.
1600.
I thought I said something wrong here. I was like, oh crap.
But no, you're good.
Yeah, and again, I went with Corsair because I trust Corsair. It's a very good brand. I very much enjoy it, and it looks very nice. And actually, there's a combo deal out right now that you can get the H110i GT. I probably said that super wrong. Cooler with it. Has a little $10 rebate on it, so that's really nice if you want to like splurge with an actual like big cooler.
That works.
There's a deal. There's a deal with that. Now,
No,
that'll greatly depend on your budget, but
I know Josh is a Corsair fan, but I'm a G-Skill Ripjaw fan.
I almost put your name in this build. I almost did it.
You did.
But I was like, oh, he's gonna like me for it. But I was like, oh, but the deal on this chip, it looks good. So
oh, I know.
It was like $3 more, which is $3. But I was like, hey, this is less expensive.
Air sinks and everything. They just look. I love it.
All right, so for storage, we went with the standard Caviar Blue Western Digital terabyte drive, and that's it.
1 terabyte. Yep.
That's it.
As simple as it gets. You don't need more. I see that for the video card, we went with the Asus GeForce GTX 950. I'm gonna ask you why. Why?
I chose the same 950 that I use in my other build. Why? Because I like the look of it. It's got that black and red theme to it. I know I'm a little bit shallow, but
it only has 1 fan. I
love
because
2 or 3. It's a mini ITX version of the card. And
I know,
it's more friendly to the fit in a smaller case if you can afford it or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm a 970, 980 fan. And I honestly feel like looking at this
that card itself is $300 to $500. So.
Oh, I know. But the graphics capability that you can throw out of that card is so much more worth it.
$300 to $500 card. This one is like 120.
27.
130.
You know, honestly. You said the motherboard is dual compatible, right? So could you put 2 of these in there?
Yeah, it does have 2 clips, and you could run 2-way SLI on here. Just that will come into your cost. So.
Oh yeah.
Again, you don't have to take this at face value. You can definitely stick in another card or a bigger card. Just if you do that, you may have to change other things like your power supply or your case or things like that.
And honestly, for some people, you might already have an existing computer. You might be looking at this saying, "Oh man, what parts could I salvage?" You could possibly salvage your RAM or maybe your coolers or something like that. Save $30-50 here. I mean, this build in total clocks in at $723. So if you save $50 or $60, so you don't have to buy fans or a operating system somehow or something along those lines, or download it illegally,
the case that we have in here has fans in it. It has 2 fans that come with it. Now, it's not like the best cooling in the world, but what's great about a budget build is that it doesn't produce a lot of heat. So
I mean,
you're not gonna have that issue really, unless you're like living, in like California where it's hot 24/7. Okay, well, moving on. It's another Corsair case. I just chose this one because I know this case well, or I know it's a smaller one. Shut up, dog! Again? Whatever. Okay.
Every time, man. The dogs
I know! It bugs me. Okay, well...
Yeah.
This is just a case. Really, as long as it fits your motherboard and fits all your hardware...
You'll be A-okay.
You'll be fine. And then, I went a little bit more conservative with the power supply, because this one is $30. And the reason why I chose this one is 500 watts. It's a really good deal. But the reason why it's $30 is because it's not modular at all. So all the wires are there. Now, that's going to suck, but if you can tuck them away somewhere. But it's from a good brand. I've not personally used this one, but it's from a good brand. It's from EVGA.
Yeah.
It just means instead of having not so big cable mess, you're gonna have all your cable mess. But what that means is that if you wanted to upgrade in the future, you can just use those cables.
And I'll speak something
and for
from
a $30 power supply. Hells yes.
Yeah, like speaking something from my side, when I looked at power supplies, like you can get a 500 for $30 just like this one, but let's say God forbid you want an extra 250 megabytes, you're gonna go up to $120, like 0 to 60. It's ridiculous.
Did you just say 150 megabytes?
No, I mean, sorry, computer talk. $150. Jeez.
Okay, you're fine, dude. You're totally fine. Again, I chose a larger wattage than I needed. I could have done this with a 400 one, but growing room and some wiggle room is nice.
Yep.
So
because you never know, you might want to be that person that goes, you know what?
I want to overclock until I kill it, and then you realize, oh, I'm out of juice in my power supply.
Or let's stick 2 Corsair Vengeances in there, whatever.
Or maybe
whatever
run
tickles
your
fancy, later. And then I see one with Microsoft Windows 10 Home
Copy
again.
Windows. Copy Windows.
Of course.
That's it. That basically sums up this build. Really, what I didn't put in here was Wi-Fi. But
why didn't you, dude? You have an extra $70, guys. That's plenty enough for Wi-Fi. Go get a little.
Yeah, for $800, you just have a $20 Wi-Fi dongle.
You don't even need that good a Wi-Fi stick. You can go get one of those little Belkin $5 ones from Best Buy and plop it in. Yeah. There you go. You'll be running fine.
But, all right, that basically sums up this build. So if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to comment something and say what you want.
Yep.
What would you want more out of this rig? What it can or cannot do? Or if you just want to say, hey, what's up? Or if you have a build of your own and you don't really know what it's about, why don't you send it to us? There's an email down in the description. Send it to there, and maybe
it out for you.
We'll talk about it here on the show. Actually, in our next video, we're gonna do that from a viewer. So have a great day, guys.
I'll see you guys later. VZR out.
Bye.